What's going on, guys? Alex Dunbar here from the Dunbar Real Estate Group and RE/MAX Treeline Realty based out of the Surrey Langley areas. And in this video, you're going to learn all about cosigners. But before we get started, I'm going to ask you one favor. Hit that like button to help the algorithm push this information out to more people that want to learn just like yourself. And if you're interested in seeing more real estate videos just like this one, I'll ask that you subscribe to my channel and hit the bell so you can get notified as soon as I'm putting out a new video. So you want to learn a little bit more about cosigning. What is it? What are the pitfalls? And how do you get the process started? Alex, can you get us started?
Yeah, so cosigning is basically the process of basically buying with another person. Technically, if you have two applicants on a mortgage, that's cosigning. The reality at the end of the day is just that all the other factors change it. Well, most common situations where we see cosigning is where, for example, you've got two people looking to purchase property, one purchasing a property, and then they may be adding their parents or a friend or a family member. And the idea there is that person is going to help them qualify for a larger loan amount. So that's the most typical situation where we see cosigning and really what it is. The most important thing you need to know is that all people who are signing for the mortgage are using their income, their assets, and their liabilities, and they all have to be on title of the property.
That sounds like there's some great benefits to that. So why would most people typically do that?
A lot of people are co-signing typically to increase their qualification. So you can add in mom and dad's income to the mix. Then it might mean you can qualify for an extra $50, $100, maybe hundreds of thousands of dollars more in terms of a mortgage, which can bump you up to that next level of property in some cases, or just get you into the market. Additionally, a lot of our clients might be recently coming out of university, or in some cases leaving a divorce or something like that, and they're just not back on their feet. So they have someone who's willing to help them qualify for that property.
That makes a lot of sense. I actually have a lot of clients who want to get a little bit more property, want to instead get from the 1-bed condo to the 2-bed condo, or from the 2-bed condo to the townhome, so they don't have to go through that process over and over again. So what about the pitfalls? Can you touch on those?
Yeah, a couple pitfalls. I think the first one would be people thinking that a cosigner will help them last minute and save them. So for example, we have some people who say, hey, if I get it and something goes wrong, I'll just add a cosigner. Massive pitfall, because a lot of cosigners actually don't help you. Maybe they don't have enough income, maybe they have too much debt, maybe the credit. That is extremely common. The second situation is maybe you have a cosigner who doesn't fully comprehend what they're doing, and they need to end up doing their own thing in 1 or 2 years, so they haven't planned for it. That just comes down to proper planning at the end of the day. The third consideration at the end of the day just comes down to a cosigner, just generally speaking, not agreeing with you. So maybe that person, again, similar to the second situation, doesn't agree, or you have disagreements around who owns what amount of the property, which could cause legal ramifications, someone having to sell early, these types of things. At the end of the day, do your due diligence, make sure you've had the conversation in advance, can treat it like a proper pre-approval, and of course talk to a lawyer so we know who owns what in the property, and those issues can be easily avoided.
From my experience and hearing what you're saying, it sounds like the most important thing to do is be proactive and start planning early. So how do they get the process started?
It's exactly the same as typical pre-approval. So if you've never done a pre-approval before, you typically start by reaching out to your mortgage team. If ours, for example, we start with a phone call to understand your circumstance, and we hope to get the information from all of the applicants in this scenario. So we're filling in an online application, provide the complimentary documents, the documents that you need to prove your income or situation, and then we just basically do a standard review as you would if it was 2 applicants. The only difference is we're adding the other individuals into the situation. Not complicated at all, very much the same, and we make sure everybody's up to date throughout the whole process.
Thanks for the thorough explanation. And if you want to learn a little bit more, our contact information will be down below. Reach out, we're happy to help. Thanks, Alex.